Autumn, or fall, in the Canadian Rockies is beautiful but short. The incredible colours that enhance the already jaw-dropping landscape only last a matter of weeks. Often starting towards the middle of September, the colours have faded by the end of the month. The yellow larches and colourful foliage reignite the drive for hikers and photographers to spend as much time as possible outside before winter sets in. If you're visiting the Rockies, this video will help you maximise your time during this short season. So here are my top 8 hiking and photography locations for fall colours. Number 1. Lake O'Hara. This sought-after location has a strict quota system. A pre-booked bus takes you in for the day or for an overnight stay at the campground. The area is littered with well-maintained world-class trails, incredible lakes, and valleys full of larch trees. There are mountains reflecting in lakes and iconic views, making this an amazing spot for photography and hiking at any time of year. But the experience is definitely enhanced during fall. Number 2. Mount Smutwood. This is a great early season option, as if you mistime it and the larches haven't quite turned yellow, you will still be rewarded with some of the best scenery of any hike in Kananaskis country. The 20-kilometre trail offers amazing views of larch tree-filled valleys, their bright yellow colour accentuating the rugged ridgelines. Perfect for hiking or some sunset photography. For photography, I'd recommend bringing along your 70 to 200mm lens. A lot of the best shots can be had close to the summit, with a longer lens isolating distant larch-lined ridges. However, don't forget that wide angle for shots of Mount Birdwood, piercing the clouds like something out of Lord of the Rings. Number 3. Floe Lake. The 10-kilometre hike out to Floe Lake is filled with colourful foliage from the trailhead to the campground. As you approach camp, the larch trees become abundant, and you are rewarded with amazing views of the towering headwall. If you're lucky enough to book a pitch at this fantastic campsite, the camp has great facilities and lakeside seating, perfect for enjoying dinner or breakfast amongst the larch trees. At Floe Lake, I'd recommend bringing as wide a lens as you can and spending sunrise at the lakefront. The scenery here is just simply so grand that it can be pretty hard to fit it all in. Number 4. Mount Assiniboine.
Assiniboine Provincial Park had to be on this list as well. We've decided to run it today, just to do it all in a day, and just to get to see the larches as well. Like, as you can see, there's a reason why this is a top place to photograph or hike during larch season. Currently going over Wanders Pass, just completely full of larch trees, like a forest, just purely larches. Like, pretty epic. You've also got some great larch trees from that main viewpoint, which lends itself to some beautiful photography. And what I'll do is I'll actually share a few photos that I've taken in the past of that region, and of the larch trees here as well. So multiple ways you can visit here. You can fly in by helicopter, you can hike in, you can stay at camps, stay in huts, stay in a luxury lodge, or you can do it all in a day. If you are feeling pretty fit, it's about 60 kilometers, so obviously a big one. But yeah, pretty hard to beat in regards to just larches all over the place.
Every inch of this trail shows off Canada's fall colours. You'll see oranges, reds, yellows and more in the woods, on the passes, and of course from the famous viewpoints. This place truly is a photographer's paradise, and one of my favourite for a September trip. As a photographer, you'll want to be spending a lot of your time at the Niblett viewpoint, a short hike from camp. I'd recommend spending both a sunrise and a sunset up here to capture the ever-changing conditions. But also, don't neglect the reflections of Sunburst Lake below. Number 5, Healy Pass and Egypt Lake. At the right time of year, this trail has larch trees from start to finish. I'd highly recommend spending a night at Egypt Lake Hut and taking in the views from some of the nearby peaks. Number 6, Pocaterra Ridge. Over the last few years, this location has become incredibly popular, with a lot of the larch trees being towards the start of the trail and easily accessible. However, if you hike the ridge, you are rewarded with layers of mountains and larch trees. Even better if you can get it with a little bit of fresh snow. Number 7, the Larch Valley. I mean, how could this not be on the list? One of the most famous spots to enjoy golden larches in a simply incredible setting. The short 9-kilometre return hike is wide and well maintained, great for even novice hikers. In the morning, the glass-like lakes offer mirror reflections, making it perfect for photography. In all honesty, it's pretty hard to beat, and I've taken some of my all-time favourite images on this trail. This is somewhere I've tried to visit at sunrise every year. However, now that's much harder, as this trail starts at Moraine Lake. Now no personal vehicles are allowed up the road, you'll need to use a shuttle service, which may not start early enough to photograph sunrise. However, there are options. Parks Canada provide a shuttle, and there are several private bus companies that do as well. I've left some links below the like button, which will help you get to the trail. If you do manage to jump on a sunrise shuttle and make a beeline for the lakes, about 5 kilometres from Moraine, you could still make the best of it. About 20 minutes after sunrise in September, the sun gets high enough to cast light on the peaks and illuminate the larches, making them glow a golden yellow. And finally, number 8, Wedge Pond. So Wedge Pond had to be in this list. Maybe a little bit lesser known, but only about 15 minutes down the Kananaskis Road after the turn-off from Highway 1. You can see all these yellow aspens behind me, but the lake is the real winner here, and for good reason. In fall, you get these incredible yellow trees and incredible reflections. So just let me show you this. Like, at first, you might think there's not a lot of scope for different compositions, just being distracted by these incredible reflections. But you can position yourself multiple places around the lake, take close-ups of just kind of reflecting larches on the other side. If you get a good sunrise, the sun does hit these mountains behind really beautifully as well. And as well, shooting from amongst these aspens on the right here, you can get some interesting frames. So be sure, if you come here, to kind of explore around a little bit and walk around the lake the whole way around, come into these aspen trees, see if you can kind of get some natural framing to frame the mountains behind. But lots of opportunity and a very, very worthy stop if you're in the Canadian Rockies during autumn. Although it isn't really a hike, under the right conditions, the photography at Wedge Pond is world class. Full colours, perfect reflections, and God willing, some golden light. So I suppose through this video I've shared with you kind of some more iconic locations, places that are great for photography year round and are just enhanced by the fall colours and the yellow larch trees. But there are loads of different options all around the Rockies. For example, I'm in Kananaskis right now, and this is just a random pullover. But you can see the woods behind me. We've got yellow aspen trees, we've got reds and oranges in the grass and the foliage, we've got leaves on the ground. There are endless opportunities all around. So what I'd recommend is definitely go and see some of these places I've mentioned, but also get out, jump out your car, go for a walk in the woods and see what you can find yourself as well amongst all that incredible colour. And most years you also get a little bit of snow on the ground, which is even an added bonus.